Oh yeah, is it Tuesday already? Is this yet another prediction stream for The Bad Batch, episode 4? This is going to be a good stream tonight, everybody, because we got a lot to talk about. This fourth episode of The Bad Batch might be a big one, as we could be seeing bounty hunters hunting down The Bad Batch and Omega, but we could also see The Bad Batch reunion with Crosshair, Hunter, Wrecker, Echo, Omega, all of them back together again at last, and that's going to be pretty damn emotional because Crosshair has kind of been away for quite a long time. But we're going to talk about all of it. We got a little trailer to watch too for this upcoming episode. We got a lot to talk about today, so let's dive into all of it. What's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. This is going to be a good episode tonight. Yes, it is only one episode. And last week we got 3 episodes. But we're talking about a whole different beast tonight because now that Crosshair and Omega have escaped the capture of the Empire, and the Empire, i.e. Dr. Hemlock, has everything he could ask for to get Omega back, we are going to see a lot of bounty hunters, a lot of Imperial forces, possibly Inquisitors, maybe possibly Vader. We don't really know. But they're going to be hunting down Omega. We're going to talk about what we think is going down in this 4th episode tonight, because it happens tonight. Kind of. It's 3 in the morning, whatever you call that, if that's night or day for you. Tonight, we're getting the 4th episode of The Bad Batch, so we're going to talk about all of it and why Disney still hasn't changed this release time. Hate it when my chair doesn't work. So what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Let me open up the chat so I can see what you guys are talking about. I'll put that over here. What's up, Rose? What's up, Yoda Joe? What's up, Cat's Paw? Mike, what's up? Great name. Maggie, how we doing? Your pal Joe, what's up? Tiffany, how's it going? Chris, what is up? Nico, what's up? All right. So let's throw in all your boldest and craziest predictions for this upcoming 4th episode. While you smash a freaking like on the stream, why the hell do we barely have any likes on the stream? What is going on? What is going on? Let me take a sip of my water. Let me settle in. Let me settle on in. So, let's hear your craziest predictions for this upcoming episode. I'm going to start up a poll, actually. I'm going to start up a poll that we're going to see who do you guys think we could possibly see as bounty hunters being hired to hunt down Omega. So, I'm going to put those into the chat right now. Which bounty hunters, do you think, I can't type today, you think we will see hunt down Omega? So your options are, because we've seen them in the trailer, you're going to get Cad Bane, you're going to get Fennec Shand, you're going to get, is that how you spell Fennec Shand? I think so. You're going to get Boba Fett, because he is the brother, and you're going to get all of the above. All of the above. So those are your options. Cad Bane, Fennec Shand, Boba Fett, or all of the above. Because honestly, we've seen Cad Bane in the trailer. We've seen Fennec Shand in the trailer. But Fennec might be a good guy. So she technically wouldn't be a bounty hunter hunting down Omega because she would be a good guy. She'd be helping out the Bad Batch, as we kind of dissected in that trailer before. But Boba Fett is the most interesting one, I think. Boba Fett is the brother of all these clones. It would make the most sense because he's the only other unaltered, like non-accelerated growth type thing, clone of Jango Fett like Omega is. The two of them are the only non-accelerated aging clones that they ever made on Kamino. That's it. Omega and Boba Fett. So them two meeting is bound to happen at some point. It's just a matter of when, I think, honestly. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to see whether or not we think Boba's going to be in it. Of course, there was that whole poster thing with Boba Fett's blaster. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me pull this up right here. Boba Fett's blaster was seen in a poster that was released for The Bad Batch. So this poster that was released for The Bad Batch is pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. But we got this. So the poster's awesome. We've seen the poster before, but some fans noticed this. Let me pull this up right here. And this is kind of the leading reason as to why we think Boba Fett's going to be in this show, honestly. Let's pull this up here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so this is the blaster, or crossbow, whatever you want to call it, that Omega is holding in the poster for the Bad Batch Season 3. And clearly, you take away the whole crossbow aspect of it, it looks exactly like Boba Fett's blaster. So, coincidence? I think not. I think this is clearly for a reason, whether this is the same gun and Boba Fett's going to get it later on down the line, or it's just a coincidence because the two of them are siblings. They're the only two unaltered clones of Jango Fett. There's clearly something going on here. And whether that's a tie to Boba Fett directly or not, that just remains to be seen. But this is obviously for a reason and leads us to believe that we could be seeing Boba Fett in this, maybe not this episode tonight, but later on down the line in this season. So that's pretty cool. If I do say so myself, that is pretty damn cool. And definitely not a coincidence. Definitely not a coincidence. So that is a reason as to why I think Boba Fett could be involved in this third season. Maybe not in a big, big way, but it could lead to something further down the line, and maybe he helps out at the end. Who knows? Boba Fett, I think, could definitely be involved, but let's see what you guys think about that. Right now, 50% of you guys say all of the above, while the other 30 are saying Cad Bane, 20% are saying Fennec Shand, and 0 are saying Boba Fett. So none of you guys think Boba Fett's going to be one of the bounty hunters, which is very surprising. We'll see if that changes throughout the course of the stream. Rose says, I thought the Boba Fett blaster theory got debunked, but oh well. I'm no expert. I haven't seen it get debunked, but it's clearly the same blaster. I mean, there's not much to debunk there. I doubt it's the same exact blaster, but obviously there's very similarities for a reason. For a reason. But what's up, guys? Let's talk some chat. What is the chat talking about? Let's see. Okay, let's go back to the top here. Oh, I can't even see the top. What the heck? Your pal Joe says, Mike, please talk a little bit about the new Battlefront collection. I am beyond hyped for the revamp with multiplayer. Yes, we talked about that a little bit last week, but I'll touch upon it. I'll touch upon it big time. Okay, so let's actually take a look at this first. Why not? We'll do this before we do anything else. Let's do this. Battlefront trailer. Yes, Battlefront Classic Collection. So, this is the Battlefront Classic Collection trailer. Let's watch it. We watched it before last week, but let's watch it again. Why not? Why not? Let's watch this. So, this is the Battlefront 1 and 2 from 2004 and 2005 being remastered on new generation consoles with multiplayer. So now you can play multiplayer on these old games that you grew up with all the Star Wars friends and family in the community. So let's watch this trailer. Oh, that's way too quiet. Let's try it again.
Your simulation days are over, Trooper. This is a real battle. No retreats. Warm up. No excuses. Now get out there.
Fight your way across the Star Wars galaxy in the classic Battlefront games with massive 64-player online battles and split-screen local gameplay. Fight with heroes.
Never tell me the odds.
And battle with villains.
Bring me more Jedi!
Get ready for the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Launching March 14th.
So you can pre-order it now, but it comes out March 14th. It does cost money, which is deterring a lot of fans away because a free game is a free game and it's a free game. But it does cost some money. But it comes out on March 14th. It is the classic 2004-2005 Battlefronts being remastered with 64-player lobbies, multiplayer with new people that you can play like Asajj Ventress and Kit Fisto, and also new maps, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, that is pretty cool. Thanks, Joe, for bringing that up again. I completely forgot. I would not have talked about that at all if you didn't bring it up, so I appreciate that. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I really hope the Star Wars fandom kind of comes together and plays that all together when it comes out on March 14th. And I think that's going to be a perfect time, kind of, where we're in the middle of the Bad Batch. Everybody's really hyped up on Star Wars. It's only in a few weeks, actually. And we'll just have a lot of fun playing Star Wars. Because there's not a lot of Star Wars multiplayer games that you can play with the community. Even the new Battlefront 2 doesn't get new updates. It's not cross-platformed. and not a lot of people really play it anymore. Yes, people play it. I still play it almost every week, but it's kind of died off a little bit, to say the least. So we need a new multiplayer game, and although this is an old multiplayer game, it will still be a fun one, I think, if we go to watch that. All right, let's switch our gears over to the Bad Batch again by watching this trailer that Star Wars, or Lucasfilm, I should say, released 4 hours ago, and this is a pretty cool one. There's some old scenes from the first 3 episodes. There's some new scenes from the upcoming episode, so let's watch this. Whoa, that is very loud, and you guys can't even see it, so let's try that again. All right, let's go full screen there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Perfect. Okay, as you can see in this first frame, before I even press play, you got Hunter and Crosshair together. So this is Crosshair right next to him. So the gang's all here. They're back. They're back together. So that means that Crosshair, who has had many opportunities to rejoin the Bad Batch over the course of the last 2 seasons and hasn't remained with the Empire, is finally coming back. And this is going to be very interesting to see how this sort of plays out. But let's watch this trailer.
Why is there always a huge monster?
Omega, you are in danger. There has to be a way out of here.
Omega's been waiting for us a long time. We're not giving up.
I need to know what I am.
All in due time.
Go!
So there's some new scenes, and maybe we won't see all of these scenes tonight, but there's also some old scenes, obviously. But I think we will see a bunch of them tonight. So I think the reunion of Crosshair, Omega, and the rest of the Bad Batch is going to happen tonight. What's up, Alex? What's up, Mace? I think this whole snowy planet thing's going to happen tonight. And it's funny because Wrecker always says, why is there got to be monsters? And we saw, of course, the weird vine monster in the second episode, but there's been monsters throughout the first 2 seasons a lot. But let's take this kind of frame by frame here. So is this Hoth? I don't know. Is this Ilum? I don't know. It's a snowy planet and maybe a familiar one, but we're not too sure yet. Hoth would be pretty cool because Hoth isn't really seen much. So I don't know. It'd be pretty cool. Yeah. But there's this crazy monster thing here on this snowy planet.
Why is there always a huge monster?
Omega, you are in
This is from the first 3 episodes because we know Omega's already escaped from there, and Nala Se helped her, and this scene was in that 3rd episode.
danger. There has to be a way out of here.
Omega's been waiting for...
This is a new scene and a very, very interesting one because I do believe... Actually, I don't know what planet that is. Does anybody know what planet this is? But there's a massive spaceship, or space station, I should say, out here. And, of course, this is the Marauder flying towards it. But I don't know what planet that is. Does anybody know what planet that is? But that'll be pretty interesting. I don't know if that'll be in this episode yet again, but I don't know. And it says Hunter says Omega's been waiting for us for a long time, which, again, could be pretty telling.
Been waiting for us a long time. We're not giving up.
All those scenes were pretty much from the other first 3 episodes, this one as well.
I need to know what.
This one's not, though. This one's pretty interesting. This is very similar to the scene that we see in Rogue One, where the Star Destroyer is over Jeddah right before they blow it up with the Death Star, when they're evacuating all the people or whatever, or all the Imperial people. This is very similar to that, but this looks like Pabu to me. Anybody else get that? This looks like Pabu. It kind of looks like Pabu with the island and the upper... I don't know what these giant columns are here. I have no idea, but this does look like Pabu to me, and that's not good news. Because this looks like Crosshair's helmet down at the bottom. So that's obviously Hunter. And if this is them down here, and that's the Empire up there, that's not very good. If this is Pabu, that's not the best sign for the Pabu people. I don't know what these 3 columns are that are on the screen, but I don't know. It looks like Pabu to me. Yes. Yeah, I think it's Pabu too. Yeah, exactly. You thought it looked like one of the diamond things from Mortis? Well, it's definitely not going to be Mortis, but I get where you're coming from. It does kind of look very diamondy.
To know what I am.
All in due time.
Go!
I think we will be seeing Palpatine again, although this was from the 3rd episode. I think this is not the last we're seeing of Palpatine in this 3rd season. But let me scroll back here. Omega says, I need to know what I am. And I think this is going to be very important moving down the line in this 3rd season because, yes, she just found out that she has, from Nala say, that she has a very high M count. And she's going to probably be like, what does that mean? Why? I want to figure this out. That's kind of what I think. What's up, Ellie? And I think that's going to be a big plot point moving forward because she's probably going to meet Asajj Ventress, maybe tonight, maybe not tonight, maybe in a few weeks, who knows. But she will meet Asajj Ventress, who's a Force sensitive and a Force user. And she'll be like, what? I can do that? I can do that? And maybe, just maybe, Asajj Ventress senses her Force sensitivity, or maybe Omega, I don't know, maybe something along those lines happens where Asajj senses that Omega has the ability to use the Force. That would be sort of life-altering for Omega, and she would want to figure that out. Maybe that could lead her to turning herself in to the Empire, which would be a massive, massive plot twist.
All in due time.
So we get Rex here. Rex hasn't been seen yet in this 3rd season. Yet, I do say. There he is. Can't really tell where he is right here, but I wonder if, do you guys think we're going to see Rex tonight? You think we'll see Rex tonight? She already met Gungi. That's true. Omega has already met Gungi as well. But Asajj is going to be different because Asajj speaks her language. You know? Give me a 1 into the chat if you think we're going to see Captain Rex in tonight's episode, in episode 4. What do we think? I think it's possible, maybe at the end of the episode or something, but I think it's going to be more about the reunion between the Bad Batch, Crosshair, and Omega. Go! I think that's upside down, but it looks like Hunter. Maybe it's an Imperial. I don't know. Wait, what? Is this Boba Fett? Oh, I just saw like green on his arm. I thought it was Boba Fett for a second. Hang on, let me check it out. Looks like Hunter, but he painted his helmet or something. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, it does look like Hunter, but he might have painted his armor a little bit more. I don't know, it's weird. Actually, we get a way better look at him here. Oh. Did he paint his armor? It looks like black. That is strange. Maybe Hunter paints his armor to blend in with the Empire or something? I don't know. But new episodes Wednesdays, of course. They have not changed the release schedule. It still will come out at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we still will be doing a watch party starting at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget to come by that watch party, obviously. But that looks awesome. I mean, I don't know how much of that is going to be in this next episode. I really don't. But I mean, it's possible that a lot of it could be that snow planet with that giant monster, the reunion of Crosshair, Omega, and the other Bad Batch. Whether or not Rex and Echo are going to be there remains to be seen. Well, actually, I think we will see Rex and Echo tonight because in that second episode, Wrecker tells Hunter that Rex and Echo won't be able to get there for at least 2 rotations or something like that. So it's been at least 2 rotations, so I'm gonna guess that, just using logic, that Echo and Rex will be in this 4th episode and probably will be there with the reunion with the rest of the Bad Batch, which would be pretty damn cool if I do say so myself. Yeah. That would be pretty cool. All right, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let me catch up on these chats, actually. Nico, what's up, says, hey, everyone. I just finished the first 3 episodes yesterday, and it was awesome. Yeah, those first 3 episodes really got us off to an incredible start for this 3rd season. And I can't wait to see what episode 4 gives us, because it is only 1 episode. And those 3 episodes really went well together. I'm very interested to see how just this one-off episode goes to furthering this whole thing. Yeah. Your pal Joe says, I'm great, Mike. How are you? I'm doing good. I just actually woke up from a nap because I'm preparing to go back to sleep after this. I'm in hibernation on Tuesdays because I got to wake up at 2:45 in the morning. So I'm catching up on my sleep. because I'm not going to get any sleep tomorrow. Yeah, but I'm doing good. I'm hyped for this Bad Batch episode. Chris says, do you think that Luke Skywalker and Supreme Leader Snoke clone... Oh, wait. Do you think that's a Luke Skywalker and Supreme Leader Snoke clone that Palpatine saw? Well, it's definitely not a Luke Skywalker one, because Luke Skywalker is about 2 years old at this point, so I seriously doubt that it's a him clone, but it could be a Snoke clone. I think there's probably a variation of Snoke in those bacta tanks with Project Necromancer. So, yeah. Huge shout out to you guys who watched that Project Necromancer video. If you haven't yet, I posted it on Sunday. Go check out that video. It was very, very good, and it breaks down all of what Project Necromancer is. But yeah. Yoda Joe says, how's everybody doing here? It's good to see everyone. It's good to see you, Yoda Joe. Nico says, so the episodes aren't coming out until 3 a.m.? Oh, God. I know, Nico. It's pretty bad. I don't know why they haven't changed this yet. I know the majority of their audience is probably in the United States if you were to, like, look at the audience. I know there's obviously a bunch of you guys that are in Europe or in wherever, and I understand that. Tell me what country you're in the chat right now. But the United States is usually probably their biggest selling point. And the fact that it comes out at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and midnight, even on the West Coast, it makes no sense, you know? Yeah. You pal Joe. Oh, damn it. It just scrolled down to the bottom. Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on. You pal Joe says, we also haven't really seen a young adult version of Boba. It would be cool. Yeah, this is like a weird time period between appearances of Boba, because we saw Boba as like a young teen, very, very young teen in the Clone Wars. And of course, we see him as a full-grown bounty hunter in Empire Strikes Back. And we've seen him in comics, obviously, but we haven't seen him in this time period. In between the Clone Wars and the original trilogy, he hasn't been seen. Well, actually, I take that back. He was in Jedi Survivor, but even in Jedi Survivor, that's like 10 years from now, or at least, yeah, like 5 to 10 years from now. So that's going to be, it would be very cool to see Boba at this point in his life, because he does become the bounty hunter that's so legendary in the galaxy, and a lot of that is because of his training with Cad Bane. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Dominic, what's up? What's up? Fearless says, and that's why I think Boba won't hunt her down. Most likely he is trying to save her. Well, Boba Fett won't really know who Omega is. Like right off the bat, if he's hired by the Empire to hunt her down and bring her in, she has to be brought in alive, first of all. So you can't kill Omega. But Boba Fett's not going to know who Omega is. Now, maybe, just maybe, because the other Bad Batch members have been in touch with so many clone cadets, and maybe that first episode with Hunter and Wrecker, with those other cadets, was leading up to seeing Boba, so that they recognize that he is a clone cadet if his helmet does come off. Maybe that was kind of what was that was setting up. But I don't think Boba Fett would recognize them. You know, I don't think he would know that Omega is his sister. That's just something he wouldn't know, because Omega was kept a secret on Kamino. So, yeah. Your pal Joe says, I want a Boba episode with PTSD flashbacks to the Clone Wars. I doubt you'll see that. If you're going to get Boba, it's probably not going to be a much Boba. You would just get some scenes with Boba, but you probably won't see flashbacks to the Clone Wars or anything like that. Yeah. Star Wars for Life says, I'm still proud of discovering that Fennec Shand helping the Bad Batch. Yeah, you were the one that spotted that out. That was a good one, because Fennec is a strange character. She starts off as a bad guy in the Bad Batch Season 1. Then she's kind of like a good guy because she's working for Nala Se, trying to save Omega, but that was kind of just her working for money. Then in the Mandalorian, she's a bad guy because she's still a bounty hunter. But again, she kind of has a nicer side because in the Book of Boba Fett, she's helping out Boba. So, I don't know. Fennec could go either way, honestly. Yeah. Rose says, I thought that Boba Fett's blaster... Oh, there you go. Debunked. I already read that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it get debunked, but it does look very similar, so I could see it. I could see it for sure. Yeah. Yoda Joe, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, hit me up. Rose says, maybe Nala Se will find a way to reach out to Fennec Shand again secretly to help Omega. I don't know. I think Nalase is pretty trapped up on Mount Tantus. I don't think she's kind of imprisoned now on Mount Tantus. I don't think she's going to be sending off any bounty hunters to go save Omega. But maybe somehow she gets that out there. It's possible. Yeah. It was worth it to see you shuffle. Oh yeah, that was. I mean, come on, guys. I got the best dance moves in the galaxy. Alex says, maybe they will use the money to keep servers up and maybe add future content for the Battlefront Classic Collection. I don't know. I think it's going to be like a limited time thing because they're not going to want to keep those up and running unless a bunch of Star Wars fans are like, we're all going to play this at the same time and all that stuff. Yeah. Tiffany says, Star Wars ASMR. Love the sound of the blasters and lightsabers. Never gets old. Okay. Sure. Cole, what's up? Says, I don't know how long I'll stick around if there's spoilers discussions around the Bad Batch, but I'm watching season 2 now so I can talk with you guys about it later. Oh, that's awesome, Cole. But yeah, you got to catch up. Come on. You got to catch up. We're pretty much only talking about spoilers at this point because we're talking about predictions for episode 4. You pal Joe says, this was the game of my childhood and I'm beyond hyped for this thing. I have lost friends who have already pre-ordered. Oh, lots of friends that have already pre-ordered it. Yeah, I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I'm definitely going to. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Yes, that's what I grew up on too, those old Battlefront games. And really kind of some of the first introductions to Star Wars were those games, so it'll be a lot of fun to go back to them, for sure. For sure. Chris, what's up, says, do you think that we will ever see more sequel trilogy information in the Bad Batch Season 3? Yes. Obviously, Project Necromancer was a direct tie to Rise of Skywalker and The Mandalorian, but I don't think that's going to be the last of what we see with connections to other Star Wars areas like the Hidden Path and stuff like that. But even the sequel trilogy itself, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of Project Necromancer because the whole gist of this 3rd season is to get Omega back, to use her blood, to help with Project Necromancer, to help whatever's in those Bacta tanks become the next living body for Palpatine. So I think this is definitely leading to more sequel connections, as much as some of you might hate that, but I think it's definitely likely. Yes. Mace, what's up? Maggie says, hey Mike, congrats on 9K subscribers. That's great. Oh yeah, so we hit 9,000 subscribers yesterday, and I cannot be more happy. I appreciate all of you guys for hitting that subscribe button. Oh my goodness, 9,000 subscribers is absolutely insane. Literally lost for words. During the time of Ahsoka, we just hit 2,000. And the fact that we're at 9,000 right now is insane. I could not thank you guys enough. And 10,000 is right around the corner. And for 10,000, I've already told some of you guys this, but we will have this massive 10K stream where we're going to do giveaways. We're going to celebrate the channel, go back and watch the original first videos ever made on this channel, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. So yeah, 10K is going to be a big one, but you got to celebrate 9K as well. 9K is incredible. I appreciate all of you guys. It was quite the celebration that we had in the Discord, so that was very nice. But yes, 9K is insane. It's absolutely insane, and I appreciate all the thanks and all the support from you guys over the last years. It's amazing. Thanks, Ian. So thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Fearless. Thank you, all you guys. Is fantastic. Wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So thank you, and congrats to you. Star Wars 4 Life says, "What if that is the planet? Oh wait, what if that is the planet that Crosshair's on? What? Camino? Probably not. No, it kind of looks like Camino, but it's probably not. A blue planet, possibly ice or water. Yeah, I don't think so. It's definitely not Camino." May says, "Is that the space station Boba and Ventress go to in the Clone Wars when they work together?" Ooh, is it? I don't know. That would be a good catch. I have no clue. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Tiffany says, "I definitely feel like the Empire is going to find Pabu." Yeah, it seems like Pabu's going to get a massive just destruction in this 3rd season. I think obviously this is going to be a sadder end to this Bad Batch story with a lot of the Empire winning all over the place. Whether that is Crosshair dying, Hunter dying, Wrecker dying, all these characters dying, or the Empire finds Pabu and kills all those hopeless people on Pabu, or at least takes over the planet, or the island, I should say. I think we're going to see Hunter and Wrecker take those cadets to Pabu, and then maybe the Empire comes in and destroys Pabu. Ian says Vader on Pabu. Vader would be cool, but I don't know if they'll bring him in just yet. I think they're going to have to bring in Asajj Ventress to lure Vader into this show. There needs to be a lightsaber-wielding person, because Vader's just hunting down Jedi at this point. Vader wouldn't be bothered with a little rebellion scuffle on Pabu. He's only going to come out if there's a Jedi involved. Yeah. Did Hunter get a new paint job? It looks like it, honestly. At least at the end of that trailer, it looks like he's all painted all black. At least his helmet is. So I wonder if that's because he's sneaking into the Empire or something like that. I really don't know. But we'll see. We shall see. What's up, Ellie? May says, I think Rex will help them rescue Omega and Crosshair from the planet. From what planet? Omega and Crosshair have already escaped, though. No? No? Ellie says, I'm doing great. I've actually had a few amazing days. That's awesome to hear, Ellie. That's awesome to hear. Fearless says, I think that this episode, they will all get back together again. I think so, too. I think we're going to see the reunion tonight during this 4th episode. Actually, what's the title of this 4th episode? I know we've looked at this before. Somebody remember it? Star Wars. Hang on, let's go to StarWars.com. StarWars.com. Ad batch. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Damn. I can never find this thing. Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, wait. Found it. Okay. So episode 4 is called A Different Approach. So again, I remember that now. It rings many bells. A Different Approach. So all the titles are here. But A Different Approach is this upcoming one tonight. So I again still think this is referring to the Empire and their approach on getting Omega back. Because Palpatine just told Dr. Hemlock that he has all the resources that the Empire can offer at his disposal to go get Omega back and finish this Project Necromancer. But I think the approach that they're going to go with first is probably bounty hunters, and then they'll have to try something else. So I don't know what that different approach is going to be, but I wonder. Could the different approach mean something else? Maybe something towards the good guys? I really don't know. A different approach for the good guys? I don't know. But what's really concerning me is episode 5 is called The Return. And now is that Omega's return to Mount Tantus? Is that Crosshair and Omega's return to the Bad Batch? Do they not reunite in this 4th episode? I don't know. Interesting. And then, which we thought was going to be the escape of Crosshair and Omega, this infiltration and extraction double-up episode on March 13th. What is that going to be about now? What are they extracting now? What? Omega and Crosshair have already escaped. So I really don't know what that's going to be about. It's interesting because we had our theories about this whole season based off of these titles, with possibly Crosshair escaping and not Omega, and then Omega gets saved in the final episode, or all these other theories and speculations that we had, and they were all thrown out the window when in the 3rd episode of the show, Crosshair and Omega escaped. So we really don't know what's going on for the rest of the season. All of our theories and speculation have been thrown out the window by just them escaping in that first premiere, which is crazy. Yeah. The Return of Ventress. Ooh, that's a good one, Star Wars for Life. So this 5th episode right here, The Return, could be the return of Ventress. That would be pretty damn cool. Oh my God, yeah, that would be awesome. That would be pretty cool. So a different approach. I think we're going to get to see the Bad Batch come back together. Maybe some bounty hunters are thrown their way, possibly Cad Bane, possibly Fennec Shand. But I think that return is definitely going to be Ventress. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That would be pretty damn cool. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so tonight's episode is called A Different Approach. What do we think that means? What do we think that really means, as according to tonight's episode? Yeah, what do we think? Oh, just scroll down to the bottom. No. Ellie says, I think we will see Rex and Echo tonight. I think we will too, because of what happened in episode 2, where they literally said that they're coming. So, yeah, I think so. I think so. My turtle is being a little gobbler. What the hell does that mean? Or goober? What does that even mean? USA. Is that Denmark? What's DE? Denmark, maybe? USA. USA Mountain Time. Nice. May says, that's like 8 in the morning in Europe. That's still pretty reasonable on a workday. Or pretty unreasonable on a workday. That's true, because it is Wednesdays. Move it to Fridays, or move it to the night before. Tuesdays at 9 p.m. was so perfect. So perfect. For me, at least. For the Ahsoka show, it was the perfect release time, and it was amazing. Yeah. Can't win them all, I guess. Can't win them all, I guess. America. I'm in Connecticut, because I'm from Texas. Oh, Central Time, because I'm from Texas. I get you. I get you. What's up, Dominic? How's it going? Star Wars for Life says, and he doesn't exactly know what a female looks like. LOL. Oh, Boba Fett? Yeah, I don't think Boba's going to recognize Omega if they do meet. I think that'll have to kind of be explained to them. I don't know by who, but that'll be interesting. Yeah. Maggie says, does anyone have tips for staying awake? I want to watch the watch party tonight, but I need to stay up because I won't wake up to my alarm. If anybody has any tricks to help, Maggie, I would say go to sleep. It's not worth staying up for my watch party. I appreciate it, but it is definitely not. Sleep is more important. But if you could wake up early and go to bed early, then do that. Yeah. Ian, what's up? Thank you for the congratulations. I appreciate it. Maggie says, do you have any game recommendations? Like video games? Play Jedi Survivor. If you haven't played Jedi Survivor, play Jedi Survivor. It's an incredible game. Yeah. Rose says, grab a caffeinated drink and some crunchy snacks. Get up and dance to some peppy music before the show and get hype. Well, there you go. Do that. Do that. Do that. The ice planet is from the episode called The Outpost. Oh, from last season, you mean? Oh, maybe it's the same ice planet that Crosshair got captured by the Empire, where he turned, sort of. Yeah. That could be it. Fearless says, it would be cool if Pabu gets... Oh, sorry. It would be sad. Not cool. It would be sad if Pabu gets destroyed. Yeah, I think, again, this whole season, at least in the back half of the season, is going to be very, very sad for the most part. A lot of death and a lot of Empire winning, to say the least. But, yeah, Pabu's not looking too good. No. Ian says, I could see Ventress taking Imperial bounty contracts. I mean, Sidious and Vader knew who she was. I don't know, because Asajj does become a Jedi, but then she also dies and is still alive. So who knows where her head is at. But she does become a bounty hunter after we see her in the Clone Wars, before she kind of becomes a Jedi. So whether she's still a bounty hunter or not, and whether she would work for the Empire if she knows how evil they are, I really don't know. I would hope she was a good guy when we see her first and not a bounty hunter who's trying to kill Omega. That would suck. That would really suck. That would really suck. But I do hope that Asajj Ventress is coming in that 5th episode, which is next week, which would be really, really cool. Yeah. Star Wars for Life says, maybe he repainted to honor the death of a member. Oh, that would suck. If Hunter paints his armor all black to respect a fallen member of his Bad Batch of Clone Force 99, that means somebody's going to die really soon. Here's the thing. I don't think all of the Bad Batch members are going to die at the same time at the end of this show. I think we might see some people dying leading up to the finale. Like, if Wrecker's going to die, he probably won't die in the finale. He'll probably die, like, midway through the season to sort of give us this, holy crap, did he just die? Anybody can die at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a very spontaneous, surprising death in the early half of this season, which would kind of suck, but it's possible. Maybe that's all the people of Pabu. Maybe. Damn, I'm drinking a lot of water today. Can I get some good cups? Follow orders in the chat, please. Dun dun. It's an early one today. Gotta stay hydrated. But yes, going back to Ian's point about Ventress, I could see Ventress being a bounty hunter. I just don't know if she would, because she knows how evil the Empire probably is, because she knew who Palpatine was, she knew who Vader was, or maybe she doesn't know who Vader is. But regardless, I don't know if she would take bounties from the Empire. But we'll see. Tiffany says, yes, I agree. I think Vader is going to show up. It definitely means that Ventress is going to face him. That would be very cool to see Ventress go up against Vader, because Ventress fought against Anakin countless times in the Clone Wars. But that would mean that Asajj Ventress gets away, and that would not be good. Because as Vader at this time in the galaxy, he's supposed to be this kill everybody type guy. He kills so many Jedi who survived Order 66, and if Asajj Ventress escapes, it's going to have to be done in a way that fans aren't going to get upset about, and that's really difficult to do. If Vader fights a Jedi, that Jedi should most likely die. And if Asajj Ventress fights Vader, she's going to live, because they're setting her up. They didn't just bring her back from the dead to kill her off again. At least not yet. So I think it would have to come to a stalemate, or Asajj would have to escape somehow. I don't know. But I would love to see Vader versus Asajj. I mean, imagine we're just getting the Bad Batch Season 3, and then you just hear, like, Vader's theme, and then Asajj Ventress versus Vader happens, and you're just like...
This is where the fun begins.
I mean, it wouldn't get much better than that. It really wouldn't. So, that would be very cool. Rose says, didn't they show a crashed ship in the trailer with Omega and Crosshair walking away? Maybe Rex or Hunter will find them. That's true. Actually, let's pull up the original Bad Batch trailer. Why not? The Bad Batch trailer. So let's see what amount of scenes from this trailer have we seen in the first 3 episodes. Because a lot of them have already been seen in the first 3 episodes, but a lot of them haven't. And now we can make some more sense of them. So this first opening scene we haven't seen yet. This is a prison transport being, or some type of transport being taken by the Bad Batch.
Hold on! We've got troopers up top.
So obviously Hunter and Wreck are here, but we also know Crosshair is involved in this scene as well, in this extraction, because we see him in a second. But this hasn't been seen yet, and obviously Crosshair has already escaped.
We're running out of road!
Not exactly a stone.
We haven't seen Fee yet, which obviously because we haven't seen this scene yet, but Fee means we're going to Pabu, because she's on Pabu.
Exit, boys.
And there's Crosshair right there behind him, so we know that they're coming back together, and Crosshair's getting his original armor back, which is cool.
Move!
Honestly, I've watched this trailer 100 times, but I'm just now noticing that it doesn't look like Wrecker makes this jump. It doesn't look very likely.
I thought at the end.
So we still haven't seen Coruscant yet, which I thought we were going to maybe in one of those 3 episodes. But is this a prison transport? I don't know. I don't know whose ship this is. Honestly, it kind of looks like Luthans from Andor, but I doubt that. But you have this, it's obviously Coruscant. That planet is Coruscant. And you have this weird space station outside of Coruscant, but that means we're going to Coruscant. We've seen Coruscant in Season 2, but we're going back in Season 3.
I thought at the end of the war
Haven't seen Rex yet.
would mean an
Haven't seen this planet yet, but this is
end to losing more.
This is what you were talking about. This crashed ship. So this is the ship that they escaped on. So obviously they've escaped. This is Omega standing on the hill here. You're going to see Crosshair in a second behind this rock. So they crash land on some planet somewhere. And obviously they're going to have to go find the others. But they do crash land. So maybe the Empire shoots them down. I don't know. Maybe the Empire finds them. Maybe the episode opens with them being hunted down by a bounty hunter already. Maybe the Empire was like real quick about it. I don't know. We'll see.
All of our brothers. But I was wrong. We can't just walk away.
Not with the Empire imprisoning the kid.
So we've already seen all this. All this stuff has already been seen.
Secure her in a cell.
That, of course, we thought was supposed to be Omega. It's Nala Se.
Omega's been...
This is not a chessboard. As we found out, it is blood.
Omega's been waiting for us a long time.
125 days to be exact.
Our mission.
Actually, that looks like them getting shot down right there.
Mission.
Oh, wait, this was at the end of episode 3 when they were getting shot at and then they jump into hyperspace. So they did take... There's a lot of smoke coming off their ship there.
Our mission.
So they did take a lot of damage before they took off into hyperspace. What's up, Senor Mula? They took a lot of damage before they jumped into hyperspace. So that means that they could just crash land when they come out of hyperspace because their ship took so much damage.
Mission is not over yet.
There is nothing of greater importance.
We've already
to
seen all
secure
this.
The future of this empire.
All that Palpatine stuff was already shown in the first episode, or first 3 episodes, in the premiere. Still haven't seen this guy, but this does look like Pabu. Or Kashyyyk. It's either Pabu or Kashyyyk, and neither are good news. Because if this giant tree in the background is Pabu, actually it is Pabu, because this giant tree is in Season 2 now. Because it's... Hang on. Right? Hang on. Let me look it up. Pabu. Bad Batch. Let's see. See if we can find an image with that tree in it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is Pabu. This is not good news, guys. This is not good news. So this is the tree in question. This is not good news for the people of Pabu. This is the tree in question. This is the wanted tree from the trailer of the Bad Batch. This is Pabu. This tree that you see right here is the exact same tree that we are seeing in the background here on Pabu. And this is an entire squadron of stormtroopers with this dude right here that a lot of people think could be tech. Tech, yes. A lot of people could be tech. But this is a dark time for Pabu because this means the Empire is there.
Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal.
Already seen all this.
You will.
So that's when they get shot.
You will have it.
They are coming. For all of you. Give us a real challenge.
So we haven't seen any of this. Hang on, let me rewind a little bit here. We haven't seen Cad Bane, obviously.
Coming.
Fennec Shand we haven't seen yet. Cad Bane we haven't seen yet.
For all of you.
We haven't seen Wolf yet. And he's actually surrounded by some older looking clone trooper armor, which is interesting because they seem to have phased all that out with the new trooper armor, but we'll see.
Give us a real challenge.
So this is them planning for that extraction thing that we see at the beginning of the trailer. You can see that bridge that's at the beginning of the trailer right there. So that looks like it's going to be the same thing that they're planning right there. But this is obviously when we see Fennec Shand over on the left. Oh, you guys can't see that. Fennec Shand over on the left working with the Bad Batch. So hopefully she becomes a good guy and is helping out. So we'll see about that. David says, no, it's not Tech. Tech is dead. Okay, what do you guys think? Is Tech dead or not? You tell me. Still haven't seen this planet. Still don't know whose ship this is. It's a pretty cool looking ship. A pretty, pretty interesting looking ship, honestly. It looks kind of like a Star Destroyer without the whole top part. It's got this weird thing in the back. It's a very cool looking ship. So it looks very recognizable and I don't recognize it. So, and it's on this weird planet. So I don't know. That's still going to be something interesting too. Again, made us think that Hunter is fighting against Wrecker here, but that's not happening.
Everyone down! We're not big on following orders.
We've seen all this.
I wasn't planning on killing you, but you're making it very tempting.
So obviously we haven't seen Asajj Ventress, but here's what I'm thinking here. I think this whole first opening scene here, with this escape or this prison transport, whatever you want to call it, I think that all of this happens tonight, in this episode later on today, or tonight, whatever. I think that's going to happen tonight. That means Crosshair and Omega are coming back together with the Bad Batch members. I think they're going to try to find out where Mount Tantus is, what's going on there, and how they can kind of get in and get out and save the rest of their clone brothers, because obviously Omega is going to want to go back to save all the clones that she has seen getting tortured in there, or imprisoned in there. So I think this scene is going to happen tonight. I think maybe some of the, well, obviously this scene happens tonight with the crash landing of Omega and Crosshair. Again, we've seen all these scenes, seen all these scenes. I think tonight we will maybe even see Cad Bane and Fennec Shand. Obviously, it is the thumbnail of this stream, but I do think that we're going to see a lot of bounty hunters that the Empire is hiring to go after Omega. It's the same thing that we saw in season 1 when the Kaminoans, or the Empire on Kamino, hired the bounty hunters to go get Omega. It's going to be very similar to that, and we're going to get to see it again in this 3rd season. So we might see them tonight. I don't think we'll see this whole Fennec Shand helping out the Bad Batch tonight, but I think we could see Fennec tonight. And then obviously I don't think we'll see Asajj tonight, but maybe we'll see her next week. I mean, come on, Asajj Ventress, guys. Come on. It's going to be a good episode. I think it's going to be a good episode too. I think so. I think they know that they gave a 3-episode premiere last week, and fans are really high on the Bad Batch, and they can't give us a filler episode this week, or people are going to be like, and kind of just check out. They're going to be like, and then they're just going to check out. I don't think that's what they want. So I think they're going to have to give a bang with this 4th episode, because it's only 1 episode, and they know that. So I'm hoping it's going to be involving these bounty hunters, Cad Bane, Fennec Shand, and the Empire, hiring them to go hunt down Omega. And I guess we'll have to see where it goes from there, because honestly, I don't know anymore. The first 3 episodes surprised me so much. The fact that Omega and Crosshair escaped in the premiere blew my brain. I was going to say something else, but family-friendly show here. Blew my brain, okay? I did not expect them to escape at least till halfway through the season, and I did not expect it at all. So I really don't know what to expect anymore. I literally think that we are in for a massive season of enormous surprises. What's up, Aaron? How we doing? Yeah. Well, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. All right, let's see. Oh my God, just go down to the bottom. Damn it. Where was I? Come on. Oh, found it. The return equals Ventress? I think so, yeah. Where do you think that Sid comes back in? Hopefully at the end, when Omega just goes to kill her, because she loses all of her brothers because of what she did. Do you guys think we'll see Sid in this season? And if so, when? I hope her screen time is minimal, and I hope she dies. There. I said it. Anthony, what's up, says, it's been about 2.5 years since the creation of the Empire. It would be a good time to see some members of the Inquisitorius, preferably the Grand Inquisitor. I'd love to see the Inquisitors, but in order to see the Inquisitors, the Bad Batch would have to pose a threat. Right now, they don't. The Inquisitors don't really. Maybe. That would be a big surprise. Let's put it that way. It would be a huge surprise to see the Inquisitors. They obviously aren't in the trailers, any of the trailers. They aren't even teased that in the trailers. We see Cad Bane, we see Fennec Shand, we see Asajj Ventress. Those are obviously familiar faces, bounty hunters that could show up. If the Inquisitori, or the Inquisitors, show up, how... that would be so cool. That would be so cool. And you're right, they would be involved with the galaxy right now. They would be involved with what's going on. And we could see all the Inquisitors, because none of them have died yet because it's so early on. You kill one in Jedi Survivor. You see a bunch of them die in Star Wars Rebels, but all those are still alive. Yeah. Ian says, so no swearing? You've changed since hitting 9K. No, there'll be some swearing, but I like to vary my swear. You know, they need to feel special when it happens because I mean what I'm saying when I say it, you know? But yes, I agree. I think the Inquisitors showing up would be a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Indeed. Mace says, could the upcoming episode called Identity Crisis be about Omega finding out that she is Force sensitive? Identity Crisis. Identity Crisis is episode 10. So would it take that long for her to realize that? I don't know. It could be. That's definitely a good theory for sure. Maggie said, let the bad guys find Crosshair and Omega so that the Bad Batch can find them easier. Ooh, use them as bait to like find out where Mount Tantus is? That would be kind of interesting. I don't think they'll do that though. Maybe. Fearless says, a different approach could also mean a different way of going about something. Opinions, for example? Oh, different way. What? A different approach is a different way of going about something? Obviously. Yes. Yes and no. Anthony says, I wonder, will we get a combo of bounty hunters, CT-1 assassins, and Inquisitors hunting our heroes? That would be a lethal crew to hide from. Yeah, well, the different approach might be the Empire sending off new people after them. Maybe the bounty hunters didn't work, and then they go with maybe their assassin droids or the Inquisitors. Maybe the different approach tonight is the Inquisitors. Maybe the bounty hunters didn't work, and they're like, oh, well, let's unveil to the galaxy our nice group of Inquisitors, these red lightsaber-wielding badasses that aren't as powerful as Vader, but can also get the job done. Like, that would be pretty cool. Yeah. Now that you've mentioned the Inquisitors, I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to at least see the Inquisitors in this third season. Because although we've seen the Inquisitors in Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and Rebels, they're around for a lot longer than that. And they're sort of feared around the galaxy. And the Grand Inquisitor, of course, most of all, should get the justice that he deserves after what happened to him in Kenobi. Yeah. May says, remember, Hunter says to the young clones in episode 2, we know a safe place that you can stay. And he means Pabu, which means he might return to Pabu in this episode. Returning being the name of the next episode. Oh, what? But the return is the next episode? Yeah, I don't think the return is going to just be Hunter back to Pabu. I think that's too small. But, yeah, Hunter promises these clone cadets a safe haven on Pabu. And from what we've seen in the trailer, clearly Pabu is not going to be safe for a long time. Which is going to be pretty bad for the good guys. Yeah. Thank you for the good guys follow orders. I appreciate it. It's more horror mystery. What is? Fearless says, it's about an author. Wait, what are you talking about? What you talking about? I don't know. Senor Mula says, Omega is holding Boba's EE3 blaster in the Season 3 cover art. Yes, Senor Mula, we actually just talked about that before you got in here. It is. It is very similar, but it's turned into like a crossbow type thing. Did I still have that up? I still do have it up. Okay. It's right here. It's turned into like a crossbow looking thing. But obviously you can see the resemblance is clear. But yeah, we don't really know what to make of that. Is that going to eventually become Boba Fett's blaster? That would be pretty damn cool, I must say. Yeah. Ellie says, I'm going to watch the episode when I wake up because I want to sleep. Well, Ellie, you said that last week and you were here for the watch party anyway, so I don't know if I should believe you. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let me start up a new poll because I'm interested now. I'm interested. Let's see where that last poll ended out at. Is the mathing here? No, it is not. It's not even close, actually, here. But which bounty hunter do you think we will see hunt down Omega? 53% of you say Cad Bane. 32% say all of the above. 10% say Fennec Shand, and 3% say Boba Fett. All right, interesting. Interesting. A lot of you are saying Cad Bane for sure. That means Cad Bane fails yet again. Or unless he succeeds, he could capture Omega. All right, new poll. Do you think we will see the Inquisitors? Is that how you spell Inquisitors? Inquisitors in Bad Batch Season 3. Yes or no? Just simple yes or no. Do you think we'll see the Inquisitors in this third season? And if I spelled Inquisitors, no, I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, let me scroll up so I can see where we're at here. Damn it. I lost it. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, we ended off on Senor Mula. Fearless says, when you play a game, you are totally invested and you won't even notice how fast time goes by. That's true. That is true. I play through video games a lot and I'm like, holy crap, it's already been like 10 hours. No, just kidding. It's been 3 days? No. Chris says, have you watched Dune Part 2 yet? I've heard it's a masterpiece sequel of a movie. Okay, let me talk about Dune Part 2 for just a brief second because I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen it. Dune Part 2 is very interesting to me because I watched Dune 1, or Part 1, whatever you want to call it, Dune, when it came out years ago. It was so long ago that I completely forget what happened in it, and I really have no clue what to expect for Dune 2, so I'm going to have to go back and watch Dune 1 first. And yes, I have heard that this second one is a masterpiece. They're comparing it to the best sequel since Empire Strikes Back, which is absolutely insane. But honestly, what I remember, at least from the first Dune, is I wasn't that invested. I wasn't that invested in the characters, the world, any of it. So maybe I'll have to go back and watch, see what we see. But I'm not going in with the highest of expectations. So maybe it will blow my balls off. But right now, I don't have the highest expectations for that second Dune movie. And I will probably get to go watch it in the movie theater, but I'm not too sure. We'll see. We'll see. Has anybody seen Dune 2 yet? Tell me in the chat, but I have not. No, I've not. Your pal Joe says, I've stayed up until 8 a.m. playing Minecraft, LOL. Gaming is the best thing to stay awake. You just have to be invested in the game and you'll really enjoy it. Minecraft is definitely one of those. When I was younger, I would stay up very late. Like if it was a weekend or something, yeah, 8 a.m. was easy to see playing Minecraft, which is crazy because Minecraft is such a repetitive game and you think you get bored of it at some point. Like, yeah, it's interesting. Ellie says, it comes out to the public on May 1st. Oh, so Dune 2 is not even out yet? Oh, okay. It's not even out yet. Comes out Friday. Comes out Friday. So I guess none of you have seen it. There you go. What if they kill Fee? That would kind of be a bummer. Honestly, it wouldn't be that surprising because Fee is kind of an expendable character, to say the least. And her love tech already died, so she's like just on her way out the door, I'm assuming. But we'll see. May says, if I'm not correct... Wait, if you're not correct, will this be the first show/movie in Star Wars to actually have a real bad ending besides Rogue One? I mean, Revenge of the Sith sees almost thousands upon thousands of Jedi die at the same time. That's not the best ending, I don't think. Anakin burns alive. Padme dies. It's not the best ending, I don't think. Or even Empire Strikes Back. The good guys lose. Luke gets his hand chopped off. Han's frozen in carbonite. There's many times where the good guys lose in Star Wars. It actually happens more often than you think. But is it the first show to end that way? It might be. It might be. It might be the Mandalorian is a good ending. Like a good guys win ending. Rebels has a good guys win ending. Kind of. The Empire's still there, but the good guys win in the battle that they're fighting. The Clone Wars ends with Order 66, so I guess that's not a happy ending. But yeah, I mean, it's one of few. It's one of few. Yeah. My mind blanked out when I was writing that comment. I guess so, Mace. I guess so. Revenge of the Sith is a big one there. Yeah. Fearless says, I really hope that Omega don't die. I'm not sure though if she will survive. I think Omega is the most likely to survive at this point, but I mean, you never know. You never know. I think she has the biggest future, kind of. Yeah. Yeah. We do have some pretty big Acolyte news that I want to get to later, so remind me to do that as well. Amanda Steinberg has talked about it, and possibly when we'll be seeing a release date and stuff like that. We do have some other news to get to that's not Bad Batch related, so you guys have to keep me on task here because we're already an hour in and we haven't gotten into any of it. David says, no, it's not Tech. He is dead. All right, let's see if Tech is dead. Ellie says, Tech is dead. Let's face the facts. I hope he is dead, because if he comes back, it would be a bummer. It would take away from the whole ending of Season 2, and it would just not be great. It would not be great at all. So I hope he remains dead, but yes. Yes. Star Wars 4 Life says, the return could be Tech coming back to life. Psych! He's dead. Good one. But it is actually possible that the return could be Tech coming back, and I'm sure a lot of fans actually who hope for Tech to come back would believe that. But that was a good one. You almost got me for a second. It looks like a flying Dorito ship. It does, Mace. It does. Rose says, I think Tech is dead, but if they do a Winter Soldier type thing, I wouldn't be that mad. I wouldn't really either if he came back evil, but he has to come back really evil. But even at that point, like, then you're going to have to redeem him so quickly or just kill him off again. It's like, what's the point? You know? What's the point? So I hope he remains dead. David says, my prediction is that Fennec Shand in the Clone Force 99 will sabotage Cad Bane's plans to capture Omega. That would be kind of cool. Because if Cad Bane and Fennec are both trying to hunt down Omega, but then Fennec is like, oh, I'm going to help out Omega, then they could probably kind of elude Cad Bane. Because Cad Bane's supposed to be this legendary best bounty hunter in the galaxy, and he's badass, but he's not probably going to capture Omega. I don't think, at least. I mean, he is badass in the first season. He comes in and almost kills Hunter, which is so cool. And he captures Omega, so maybe he captures her again. Star Wars for Life says, it's going to be a good episode. Yes, indeed it is. Fearless says, I love The Sims. I haven't played The Sims in so long. I didn't even know that was still a game. That's what I play, and that's how I pass the time building houses. And hours just fly by. There you go. Maggie says, you said music is a good way to stay up too. Could you recommend any artists/songs? Mike, I sing. Would I blow your mind, guys, if I told you that I sing and play piano and guitar? Would that like just... No? Maybe? Possibly? Maybe? Maybe I'll keep that on the down low then. Ellie says, I have a question. Why do you all see authentic people using military time on their phone? Wait, what? What? Oh. I don't know. Military time? I definitely don't use military time, but we'll see. You pal Joseph. Oh, wait. Ellie says, I highly recommend NF if you're into that kind of music. What the hell's NF? Don't listen to quite a slow music. It'll send you to sleep. Yeah, that's true. Slow music will send you right to sleep. Yeah. Yeah. Mace's mind is blown. Okay. Star Wars for Life says, I'm fairly a good guitarist as well. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I've actually been playing. Fearless says, well, Mike, now you have to sing something for us. No. No. Yeah, I've been playing piano for like 12 years. Something like that. Something like that. Fearless says, play the piano and sing. Oh, now I'm just mad that I told you guys. Now, Ian says, oh, I already read that. Star Wars for Life says, Hunter getting his head lopped off by the Grand Inquisitor. Oh my God. Imagine they all get their heads lopped off, but that would be insane. That would be insane. Yeah. Hold on, Mike. If that's the case, we need a theme song for the streams. See, we already got this. If you guys didn't know, that's me singing. I'm going dom 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 dom. Just kidding. But yeah, we already got a theme song, so maybe. Maybe. Okay. Hunter gets his head lopped off by the Grand Inquisitor. That would be insane. If the Grand Inquisitor comes in and starts lopping people's heads off, whew, this would get dark real quick. Yeah. Ellie says, I don't swear at all. I am a Christian and life and death are in the tongue, but I'm not triggered by it. Okay, good. I was going to say, because that would have got awkward real quick. Fearless says, that's right. I'm a great and creative game. It's a great and creative game. I play it for years now. I think he's still talking about that. Okay. Ellie says, my hand forgot how to spell E in that last, and I instead spelled 6. What? Okay. Okay. R.I.P. Omega's old bow. That's true. Yeah, she kind of lost that. Fearless says, I think that the Bad Batch is taking a different approach on how to proceed kicking the Empire's butt. Well, I think the whole gist of this 3rd season is the Bad Batch kind of taking out Mount Tantus. You know? I think that's what's going on. So, yeah. Rose says, I think Omega will not be the only one who has an identity crisis. Maybe Emery too. Oh, it could be about Emery, that's for sure. Because she is kind of like on the line of, was she going to be a good guy? She's going to continue to work for the Empire? That's a good one. I think the episode titles will have multiple applications, like the episode titles in Ahsoka. That's true. And the episode titles for Mando. Yeah, that happens all the time, actually. There's always like 2 sort of meanings behind the titles for each episode. That could be the case. Actually, let's look back at the first 3 episode titles. Confined, well, obviously Confined. Actually, that does have 2 meanings, because Confined is Omega and Crosshair, but it's also Batcher. Interesting. Paths Unknown is a weird one for that 2nd episode. That's the title of episode 2. Paths Unknown. Obviously, the cadets have the paths are unknown for them, for what their future looks like. But I don't know. That's an interesting one. And Shadows of Tantus obviously is referring to Mount Tantus and what's going on there. So, yeah. Kind of 2 meanings, but not really. Those are pretty 1 meaning episode names right there. But we'll see. We'll see if the following ones have any double meanings. Star Wars Politics, what's up? Says, what's up, the people who love Star Wars? How we doing? Anthony says, all I know, Mike, is we are better not see she, who shall not be named, inquisiting. If she shows up, it'll be a hand of head viewing moment. A hand, like this. Who are you talking about? Oh, Reva. Reva, that's funny. Yeah, I wonder if we'll see Reva, actually, because Reva's not in anything else. She's not even in the Jedi games or in Rebels. So, well, obviously she's not in Rebels because she's in Kenobi and she leaves the Inquisitor. Yeah, that'll be interesting, actually. I wonder if we'll see Reva. Reva. Yeah. Yeah. Fearless says, done. Very good. Can't wait for part 2. Oh, Dune. Very good. Can't wait for part 2. Yeah, I'm going to have to go rewatch Dune 1 for sure. Yeah. Didn't even know there was a Dune part 2. Honestly, me either for a while until I saw a million ads for it. Like, every time I go online, it's like an ad for Dune, so I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Okay, we're good. Just going to see how many likes we had on the stream, but we're good. I was just getting concerned about how many likes we had, you know. May says, my mind blanked out when I read that comment. Oh, I already read that. Oh my God, we're just catching up to that now. Fearless says, I really hope that Omega doesn't die. Me too. Anthony says, actually, I suspect that Fee will live and see the New Republic and still rescue items. Wait. And see the New Republic and still rescue items? Since her animated sketch strongly resembles Winona Syke real-life appearance. Is that her voice actress? Hang on, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Who voices Fee in the Bad Batch. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I get what you mean. She does look like her. So this is Fee's voice actress. Obviously, she looks like her character. To an extent, at least. She grew out her hair a little bit. Maybe they did that for a reason so that she could come into live action. That's definitely possible. I mean, we've seen all of the Rebels crew at this point in live action, so it's likely that we'll see more animated characters come into live action. Maybe that's Omega, maybe that's Fee. Fee is a weird one because, like, if you're killing her off, there's no real meaning behind killing her off. So, maybe she survives. It's possible. It's definitely possible. Yeah. Star Wars 4 Life says, would they have time to make a tech clone in 2 years? No. And it's not even 2 years. It's 125 days. So I don't think so. Definitely not. No. Fearless says, well, I'm caught up. Cool. Well, now, Mike, you have to sing something for us. No, I don't. My watch is military time. It's just what I understand. Oh, well, there you go. I never look at military time, so I understand it, obviously. It's just 12 plus, or it's actually the number minus 12, and that's just what time it is, you know? Play the piano and sing? Well, I don't have a piano here, do I? Imagine I just pulled out a piano. Imagine. May says, in the UK, using military time, as you call it, is normal and expected. Really? Interesting. In Germany, it's common to use military time as well. Interesting. Star Wars for Life says, you better get busy, Mike, on making that theme song. Oh, no, I don't want to make a theme song for this thing. It'll be horrible. It'd be like me, like going, Star Wars. Imagine. Ellie says, I don't use military time. I use the normal time, or whatever it's called. The normal time. Yeah. I like math and I'm good at it, but I don't want to use math every time I check the clock. There you go. I don't think the show would still have a PG or TV PG rating if an Inquisitor showed up and lopped off Hunter's head. Well, I think for the Bad Batch, or for TV shows, you can go by episode for ratings. But I could be wrong, because in the Clone Wars, Darth Maul's lopping off people's heads, so they just don't show it, you know? It might just be, they might just not show it, kind of thing. I mean, there's a lot of dark stuff in the Clone Wars and in Rebels that shouldn't really be in a cartoon kids show. You know? Yeah, no? Ellie says, I like Emery. I love how we see her slowly starting to feel more compassion, empathy, and sympathy. Yeah, but again, I still don't understand the purpose of bringing in her character. Why create another female clone when Omega was supposed to be really, really special for being the only female clone? Why bring in Emery? And actually, somebody brought up a really good question. Why does Emery have a last name? Emery Carr is her name. Why does she have a last name? No clone ever, other than Jango Fett and Boba Fett, have had last names. Isn't that weird? Emery Carr. Where did she get that? Interesting. Something to think about. Something to chew on. May says, math when you check the time? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anthony says, well, we did see a very implied decapitation, that's true, in the last short of Ahsoka in Tales of the Jedi. Maybe a similar execution could take place. Yes, Tales of the Jedi, you get a head lopped off. But even Maul chops off heads in Clone Wars as well. Yeah. Yay, we hear him sing. If that was... Okay, sure. Anthony says, I said I'm not going to bring up her name, Mike. She's become like Beetlejuice or Candyman. Say her name too much, and she and her fans will come out to play. That's hilarious. Well, Hunter is a main character. Imagine if we get a TV 14 rating in a kids show. Maybe Emery is Jango Fett's real daughter? Interesting. Well, no, because she says she's a clone just like Omega. No. Oh, no, she just says that she's Omega's sister, which would imply that she's a clone also as well. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think Emery's going to have this big reveal at some point because her character just seems very useless at this point. Yeah. So I think we'll see something. Friggins, what's up? Friggins, how we doing? Yeah. Anthony says, was Emery adopted by the Cars? I don't even know who the Cars are. So unless it's Lightning McQueen, I don't know. Ian says, all I want to know is can you play the Cantina theme or the original Ewok song from Return of the Jedi on the piano? It's not really a piano song. I could play maybe the Force theme, like the but I'd have to kind of just work it out. Maybe, okay? There's a keyboard right across the room. Maybe, if you guys are nice. Where would I could plug it in right there. Damn it. Maybe. Ellie says, hold up. Who cares? Let's watch it. He's a Bad Batch fan too. What? I'm confused. All right, let's dive into a little bit different news here. Let's go to the Acolyte now, and then we'll switch back to the Bad Batch. But let's talk about the Acolyte, because when do you think we will be seeing a trailer for this Acolyte? Some people actually think it could be very, very soon, as this tentative release date for the Acolyte is June 5th. Lucasfilm has not confirmed that, but other outlets have. June 5th, which is seemingly very close. We are about to hit March, so that means March, April, May, and then the very beginning of June. So about 3 months is when the Acolyte will come out. And usually around that 3-month mark is when you get the first trailer for a show. And this Acolyte show is really running out of time. So let's talk about this. This is coming from Star Wars Newsnet, and then we'll get into what Amanda Steinberg had to say about it as well. Okay, here we go. This week in the galaxy far, far away, we will see. When will we see the first trailer for the Acolyte? Happy Sunday, everybody. This was posted on Sunday. Welcome back to This Week in the Star Wars Galaxy Far, Far Away. When we come, okay, let's talk Acolyte. Before we dive in, you might be interested to check out our recap of the Bad Batch. No, okay, let's get into. Okay. All right, let's get into the news here. Come on. Okay, when will we get the trailer for the Acolyte? I've always been the one trying to calm everyone down when it comes to Lucasfilm not releasing a trailer. That's simply not how marketing works in streaming. And though we might hear about a trailer for a show being ready, marketing windows are not defined by when the promos are cut or trailers are performed, but rather when the PR department thinks that it will be the biggest impact. So obviously the trailer's been done for a year now, almost a year now, coming close to a year. About 10-ish months. There was a trailer released to the people at Star Wars Celebration. And yes, I have that trailer. And yes, I'll DM it to you if you hit me up in the DMs. But the trailer is incredible. It looks really, really cool. You see a bunch of different Jedi, brand new cast of characters. It's going to be a Sith-centered show that it centers around the bad guys. But even though that trailer has been done for 10 months, releasing that trailer 10 months ago wouldn't really do anything to help promote the show because the show isn't going to come out for over a year. So this show is likely to come out on June 5th, and that means they're going to want fans to be excited and hyped up for it going into June 5th. So that means around the 3-month mark before the premiere, that's when they start promoting the show. And that's what they're talking about here. Trailer windows for films are getting even shorter with each year that passes. Remember when The Force Awakens dropped its first teaser trailer more than a year in advance? Or Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, or Justice League did the same thing? A year in advance is crazy at this point. Those days are long gone. And with streaming, even more so. Today, Disney Plus can just drop a trailer for The Bad Batch on a random Tuesday and announce that the new season is coming out a month later. Marvel Studios did the same thing with X-Men 97. So, if you guys remember, the Bad Batch trailer dropped on like January 17th or something like that. And the premiere of the show was February 21st. So literally a month later was the premiere. Within the same month was the first trailer for the show and the premiere. That's insane. So it gets shorter and shorter. That was animated, of course, and live action is a little bit different, though not by much. Most trailers for live action Star Wars series have been tied to conventions. From two of the three trailers for Andor, to the first teaser for Ahsoka, to the first teaser for The Mandalorian Season 1 and 3. We have no convention this year, and 2 live-action Star Wars shows are coming. So we'll have to look for other examples to try to make an educated guess. So The Mandalorian Season 1 and 3, Ahsoka, and Andor, all their trailers were released at like D23 or Star Wars Celebration or something like that. Like they were all sort of released during a time like that. So right now we don't have a D23 this year. There is no Star Wars Celebration this year. There is no convention like that they can announce a trailer for The Acolyte. So now it's probably just going to drop on a random Tuesday, just like The Bad Batch did. Collider reported this week that Lucasfilm/Disney Plus are internally targeting a June 5th, 2024 release date for Leslie Headland's The Acolyte, which is at least a little earlier than I was anticipating, as Star Wars Newsnet did say late July to early August. Reps for Disney didn't confirm nor deny this, of course, but we will assume it's true for now. There are also saying that frequent Jordan Peele collaborator Michael Abels will be composing the score. I liked his Nope work, so count me in. So Michael Abels did the score for Nope and other Jordan Peele movies. I think maybe Get Out as well, but I'm not too sure. But those are like horror movies, which is kind of weird that he's coming over to Star Wars, but we'll see how he does. It's an interesting date for a variety of reasons, and we'll discuss in a moment. But let's focus on the tentative marketing schedule. If the date does stick, June 5th, it's not too far away from the premiere of when Obi-Wan Kenobi premiered back in May of 2022 on May 25th. Pushed later then to May 27th. The date announcement was back in mid-February. On that day, the Book of Boba Fett concluded its run, and the first trailer was released during Disney Plus's annual shareholder meeting on March 9th. So the first trailer for Obi-Wan, which didn't release until May 27th, which is before when The Acolyte will come out, wasn't until March 9th. So we might not be seeing the Acolyte trailer for at least a few weeks. Well, let's keep reading. While this qualifies as being tied to a larger event because of a Star Wars Celebration that year, it does come within a 2 to 3 month window that streaming shows on Disney Plus are given for marketing. The Mandalorian Season 2 came out on October 30th, and the trailer was released on September 15th. The date announcement for the release was on September 2nd. The Book of Boba Fett had got its date announced on September 29th, and the trailer came out on November 1st, and the release date was December 29th, So that was only about almost 2 months ahead. That was only about a month and a half ahead. The final release date for The Mandalorian Season 3 was made on December 1st, with the final trailer releasing during Monday Night Football on January 16th, and the release date was March 1st, so that was a few months ahead. The second trailer for Andor was released on August 1st, as it was announced a 3-week delay of the series that was pushed to September 21st. I remember that. That was kind of stupid. So does this date, so many dates, sorry, but what does this mean? To watch out for news on March 5th? That is when the 3-month ticking clock would start, if the final date is indeed June 5th. And dropping such an announcement when they have an exact number of months before the show comes out is something they've done before. Plus, it's also a Tuesday, and they love to do that on Tuesdays. Disney's annual shareholder meeting is happening at the beginning of April, so if they could wait for that, but I highly doubt it. So they could wait all the way until April, or they could give us a release date or even a trailer in early March. So, with that being said, let's talk about what Amanda Steinberg had to say about this show. So, Amanda Steinberg is going to be the lead of The Acolyte. She's this actress right here. So, Amanda Steinberg reveals more about The Acolyte, Star Wars' next mysterious TV show. Excitement is building for The Acolyte, the next live-action Star Wars Disney Plus show, and Amanda Steinberg has promised a High Republic setting unlike any viewers have seen before. Created by Leslie Headland of Russian Doll fame, The Acolyte is essentially the prequel to Star Wars' prequel trilogy. It is set a decade, interesting, before the events of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So that does claim, it's set decades before. So that doesn't claim a century. That doesn't claim 100 years. It just says decades, which is interesting. It will be at the tail end of the High Republic era, the golden age for the Jedi and the Republic. Speaking with C Magazine, Amanda Steinberg, a key member of the Acolyte cast, who will play the titular Jedi Padawan, has teased more about the High Republic settings. This is what she had to say about it. In the context of the Star Wars universe, it's a time of great peace, theoretically. So the whole High Republic era in books right now is a time where the Sith don't exist. Mace Windu says in the Phantom Menace, when they find out about Darth Maul being a Sith Lord, that he is the first Sith that they've seen in over 1,000 years, meaning the whole High Republic doesn't have any Sith, so it should be a time of peace, theoretically. It is also a time of institution, and it's a time in which conceptions around the Force are very strict. And I think what we are trying to explore within our show is when the institution has a singular conception of how power can be used. We try to provide a lot of different perspectives and answers to that question. The idea is kind of honor the ethos of Star Wars and ideas around the Force, and also change them, hopefully, harmoniously. Is this a word? Obviously, harmony is a word. Harmoniously. Sure, you guys get what I'm saying. This is interesting, and this might anger a lot of fans. The Force is very sacred to a lot of Star Wars fans, and when you start to mess with the perception of the Force, especially in a time period like the prequel era or before the prequel era, fans don't really like that. So this is pretty interesting what she's saying here, how they're trying to provide different perspectives about the Jedi at the time and honor those ethos of Star Wars and the ideas around the Force, but also change some things that will hopefully live in harmony with other things that exist in Star Wars. That's pretty interesting. But what she says before that is also very interesting. The Jedi at the time, as we see them in the prequel trilogy, are very stuck up, and the Jedi Council doesn't want to even talk about Anakin being the chosen one. Mace Windu is a perfect example of it. They're not the Jedi that they used to be. And the High Republic shows how the Jedi sort of came to be that way, how they came to sort of go off course from what the Jedi are meant to be. Yeah. So this is going to be very interesting, because this is Amanda talking almost exclusively about the Jedi when this show is supposed to be about the bad guys. So I don't know why they're kind of focusing so much on the Jedi and the Force itself here, but it's supposed to be about the bad guys. I don't know, but let's keep reading. Steinberg is unable to say much, of course, joking about Lucasfilm monitoring her every word carefully, but the little she said is exciting. Not least because it teases a subtle difference between the end of the High Republic era and the time currently being explored in the Star Wars novels and comics. This may well hint at a reason for the Jedi Order's downfall. So the Jedi Order during the prequel trilogy obviously is setting up to just crater and all. It sets up Palpatine's rise to power and the Jedi's downfall. Now, this Acolyte show might be providing a reason as to why the Jedi Order got to that place. Now, I don't know how they're going to go about that, but I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Is this good news? Is this bad news? Does this get you more excited for the Acolyte, or does this make you a little bit more concerned about what the Acolyte might do? Because the Acolyte show, as it says, is the end of the Golden Age. It's already confirmed for a second season, meaning this story is going to be told one way or another. But well, let's keep reading. So, the High Republic era began roughly 500 years before the Phantom Menace. So 500 years before the Phantom Menace is when the High Republic era starts. And it ends about a century or so before the prequels. So about 100 years. So for about 400 years is the High Republic. And the end of that is when this show is going to take place. It was a time when the light of the Jedi shone ever brighter, I guess. Although the Order was opposed by space pirates such as the Nihil and monstrous creatures they allied with, the Jedi would always successfully banish the darkness. Unfortunately, Steinberg's comments suggest that the Jedi Order itself has lost its way by the end of the High Republic era. So, I am not up to date on the High Republic novels, so I could not tell you if this is what's going on in the novels right now, but the Jedi are losing their way. That's kind of a cool concept because the prequel trilogy shows us that they have lost their way. Lucasfilm has teased the Acolyte as being about the Sith infiltration of the Jedi. That's a quote from Amanda, I guess. Lucasfilm has published a wealth of novels, comics, and audiobooks set in the High Republic era. These have revealed the Order at its best, with every Jedi free to explore the Force in a relatively individualistic manner. In contrast, Steinberg's reference to the time in which conceptions around the Force are very strict. The Jedi Code has become restrictive and unflexible, and no doubt many under chafe under its restrictions. Sure. This may well provide the Sith for an opening, given Lucasfilm has teased that the show will be about the Sith's infiltration of the Jedi. That could be what we're seeing. So the downfall of the Jedi is what this Acolyte show is most likely going to be about, which is actually kind of cool, and I actually look forward to that quite a bit. But the High Republic Jedi are the peak. They're the peacekeepers of the galaxy, what the Jedi are supposed to be. It's only at the end of the High Republic is when the Jedi start to lose their way, and that's when Palpatine gets to rise to power and the Sith come back. Yes. Recent reports have suggested that the Acolyte will release on June 5th. Assuming these are correct, I'm not sure. They surely won't be long before Lucasfilm begins officially promoting, like we just talked about. Likely alongside the upcoming theatrical release of The Phantom Menace I didn't even think about that. So The Phantom Menace is coming back to theaters. Let's go full screen for this. The Phantom Menace is coming back to theaters. We talked about this on May 3rd, and probably for the whole weekend and maybe even the week after that to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the prequel trilogy of The Phantom Menace's release. So maybe they use that to promote the Acolyte. Like, what if before The Phantom Menace in theaters, there was just a trailer for the Acolyte? That would be pretty cool. Because it is going to take place before The Phantom Menace. So that would actually be really cool. If they promoted the Acolyte show off of The Phantom Menace, that would be actually pretty genius marketing, if I do say so myself. That'd be pretty cool. So let's, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's go there. How excited are you for the Acolyte? Now, obviously, all my hype right now is really centered upon The Bad Batch because it's what's coming out right now. But the Acolyte is the next live action show and the next show after The Bad Batch. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for this Acolyte show? There's very little known about it except for the time period that it takes place and the cast that is taking the roles. But a Sith-centered show sounds cool. A new cast of Jedi sounds cool. But for some reason, the hype for the show isn't all there. A lot of people aren't that excited for it, and at least the hype online doesn't seem to be there. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for The Bad Batch? Sorry, not The Bad Batch. For The Acolyte, Season 1, because there will be a second season. There will be a second season. Fearless says a 7 to maybe an 8. That's kind of where I'm at too. I'm not like overly excited, like the moon excited. I'm not at a 10. I'm not like itching to get this show. Now maybe the trailer will change that. Maybe the trailer will change that, because the trailer for the Bad Batch really got me excited for the Bad Batch. So I wasn't that excited for the Bad Batch, and then the trailer really got me there. Yeah, really got me there. Ellie says maybe like a 4 or 5 out of 10. My mind is preoccupied on the Bad Batch and the Chosen. Yeah, mine is kind of too with the Bad Batch. So maybe. Tiffany says, ooh, that would be cool if we got an Acolyte trailer in theaters. That would be a pretty genius marketing move to have it attached to the Phantom Menace. Anthony says, Mike, I recently heard the rumors that Headland wants to show Yoda in a flawed light, and the power that be forbade it. What? And the powers that be forbade it, leading to Yoda not being present in the story. I have not heard that, but I'm actually glad that happened. I'm glad that they didn't allow her to do that. I think Yoda will be in the show because he is one of the most important Jedi of all time, and he will be around at that time. But I wonder how they'll portray his character. Yeah. All right, let me catch up on these chats really quickly. Friggins, what's up? Ellie says, so I'm guessing April or May. They should release right after the Bad Batch. You mean for the trailer? Maybe. May says, I meant to ask, did you find the email I sent you? Oh, shit, I did not. You know what? I'm going to pull up my email right now, so it's the first thing I see when I end the stream. I will. I appreciate it, Mace. I really do. Just been quite busy, you know? Rose says, maybe Emery is Omega 1.0 and Omega is the upgrade. Ooh, like Omega, like Emery was the first attempt at trying to create Omega, because Omega is force sensitive. Maybe. That's actually interesting, because Nala Se is trying to protect Omega at this point. But at some point, Nala Se created Omega, knowing that she's creating what should be the first ever force-sensitive clone. Maybe she didn't know that the Empire was going to use it for bad? I don't know. That's interesting. That is interesting. Maybe Emery is Omega 1.0. That's a good point, Rose. Yeah. Don't worry about it, Mace. See you later. Anthony says, Mike, I gotta say, it's a bit unreal for a major Star Wars release to not have an official teaser trailer by March, when the series is set to release in June. Where is the hype? I think yes and no. I think the hype grew very quickly for the Bad Batch. And the trailer for the Bad Batch was released only a month before. So it's not that difficult to raise the hype really quickly. Now, I think it is smart to maybe raise that hype months and months in advance. I really don't know if that is the best route for this show. Because you got to think about it this way. The Bad Batch is currently coming out. And you're going to take eyes away from the Bad Batch, maybe, more casual viewers, I should say, if they're going to set their sights on the Acolyte. So they might wait until the Bad Batch is over, but that's way too late, I think, because the Bad Batch doesn't end till May. So I don't know. I don't know how they'll do it, but we'll see. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anthony says, notice how the series is being portrayed as a prequel to the prequel trilogy. It's meant to be the final days of the High Republic. The period of the High Republic keeps changing, it seems. Well, it is going to be like 100 years before the Phantom Menace. So it is still technically a prequel to the prequels, but it's also still the end of the High Republic at the same time, you know? Yeah. Ellie says, I'm not sure if it's the best idea. What's something that's inedible or is poisonous that you really want to eat? Whoa, what? What's something inedible or poisonous that I really want to eat? I would guess nothing. My microphone? That's quite a question. Phyllis says, I'm getting more and more excited for this show. That's good. Okay, that's good. That is good. Rose says, to expand on my theory on Emery being Omega 1.0, she was a failed attempt at the M count. So maybe Emery is to Omega like Dathan is to Sheev Palpatine in terms of M count. That's a great point. So Dathan is the failed clone of Palpatine that ends up being Rey's dad. He's not Force sensitive, but his kid is. And maybe similar to Emery being the failed clone of Palpatine, and then there being the successful clone of Palpatine that we see in Rise of Skywalker. So maybe Omega is just that successful clone, and Emery is the failed one, like Dathan. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Ellie says, Tide Pods look yummy. No, don't eat Tide Pods. No. I had to get out in front of that one. No.
I got a bad feeling about this.
No. Tiffany says, I'm here for it. I'm excited. Wait, I'm here for it. Excited, and if it already got the green light for season 2, hopefully that means it'll be good. Well, yes and no. It got green lit for season 2 before they even saw it. So it's not like Ahsoka, where Ahsoka was so good that it got a second season. It's not like that. It was already greenlit for a second one. Hopefully it's because there was a story established that they wanted to tell that would take 2 seasons, like Andor. Andor was already going to be 2 seasons before it started because it was established to already have a story set for 2 seasons. So hopefully this is the same scenario. Yeah. Anthony says, honestly, I don't know how I feel about the Acolyte. Since it seems rather distant from the rest of the storytelling taking place during the High Republic, also makes the books and cartoons unrelated. Well, it will be related in very minimal ways. The same way that, like, the Bad Batch is related to the Mandalorian. Some characters maybe will be familiar. Some Project Necromancer, like that as an example. Some things might be similar. Project Necromancer being mentioned in the Bad Batch and then also in the Mandalorian. I think the same will happen with references to the prequel trilogy and references to the High Republic in the Acolyte, because we know for a fact that one of the characters already that is established in the High Republic Phase 1, which is named Venestra. Is it Venestra? Yeah, Venestra Rowe. She will be in the Acolyte. That's been confirmed. She will be in there. And she's a character that is established in the High Republic novels. So there probably will be some crossover. I just don't know how much crossover. Yeah. Ellie says, but if Emery was failed, why didn't they just kill her? Maybe Hemlock saw potential in her and wanted her to take and took her from the Kaminoans. Emery, even if she was a failed clone, though, she would have been created at the time where they were still on Kamino, and the Kaminoans were the ones who were creating her, not the Empire. So I think the Kaminoans probably wouldn't have killed her just because she wasn't a success. The Kaminoans kept clones around, like Clone 99, that weren't successful and weren't what they wanted to create, but they kept them around still. It wasn't until the Empire came around when they started killing them off. And Emery would have predated the Empire. Yeah. Yeah. Tiffany says, I'm at like an 8 out of 10 for the Acolyte. The Bad Batch still has all my attention at the moment, but seeing that trailer, like you said, will get me hyped up, and I'm definitely excited for this show. Yeah, I think the trailer really needs to set the tone. If the trailer is unbelievable, it would be a whole nother deal. I've seen the leaked trailer, obviously I have it, but it's so blurry. Obviously it's cool because you see Jedi, you see lightsabers, you see people, and you see action and stuff, but it's blurry. And seeing is more believing. And actually, the Bad Batch trailer that was released at last year's Star Wars Celebration was different from the trailer that was released this year. So, yeah. Anthony says, my biggest issue is with the showrunner, Leslie Headland. It seems and the seemingly dim-witted cast. I actually disagree with that. The cast is pretty stacked. Who keeps bringing up... the cast that keeps bringing up race and all this other issues that shouldn't be involved with the show. I agree. I think that stuff shouldn't be anywhere near the creation of a show. Just make good content. Simple as that. Yeah. I heard a timeline change from 99 years before The Phantom Menace to just 50 years. Originally, the High Republic was supposed to end 100 years before Episode 1. The goalposts just keep moving. Yeah, there's no real like date right now. And maybe there is at Lucasfilm, but they haven't given us one. So we'll see. Hopefully it's like 100 years, so it gives us the distance from the prequel trilogy that we want. You could see characters like Yoda, but not many other characters. Yeah. Star Wars for Life says, I'm currently reading The Lord of the Rings. Ooh, that's cool. The Lord of the Rings movie, I haven't read the books. The movies are unbelievable, obviously, but yeah, that's cool. That is cool. You're halfway through the Two Towers. That's cool. That's awesome. That is awesome. I know that those books have a lot that aren't in the movies. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me, let's see. Should we get into, how about this? So the Jedi, there's a book coming out called Star Wars: The Living Force, and there's a exclusive excerpt release from it from StarWars.com. So let's read this. So this book looks actually really cool. It's right before The Phantom Menace. So another thing that's right before The Phantom Menace. Right before The Phantom Menace, this is the cover of it, or what looks like the cover of it. You got Mace Windu, you got Yoda, you got Yaddle, you got Ki-Adi-Mundi, you got Plo Koon, you got, what the hell is this lady's name? What is that? What? Somebody help me out in the chat. What's this Jedi's name? Oh, it's gonna kill me. All right, so this is an exclusive excerpt from the upcoming book, Star Wars: The Living Force. So let's read it. The galaxy is changing, and so is the Jedi Order. So Star Wars: The Living Force, John Jackson Miller's upcoming novel, set prior to The Phantom Menace, finds the Jedi Order at a crossroad. In StarWars.com's exclusive excerpt, its members debate the challenge from Qui-Gon Jinn, one that will light the spark and send the Council off to a planet, Quen, the site of the ancient Jedi outpost from the High Republic era. Interesting, tying to the High Republic. This is the cover of the Living Force novel. That's pretty cool. Uriel Poof right there. Yeah. Yeah, Depa Billapa was the one in the middle, but I'm talking about the one on the right. All right. Check out the excerpt below. You can get it at Barnes & Noble's, blah, blah, blah. Okay. After being challenged by Qui-Gon Jinn about the state of the Jedi Order's presence in the galaxy, the Jedi Council deliberates on their future by looking at their past. So Qui-Gon Jinn questions the Jedi Order. This is pretty cool because we see Qui-Gon in The Phantom Menace, and he's this very noble Jedi. He's really what the Jedi should be about. And you question why he's not on the council. You question why he is the real Jedi way, and he's not leading the Jedi. And then, of course, he dies, and the Jedi spiral out of control. But this book is talking about Qui-Gon Jinn as he challenged the Jedi Order, and then the council goes to talk about it by reflecting on their past. So, Qui-Gon Jinn says, "I thank you all." Qui-Gon bows. He started to turn to leave the council chambers, only to gesture his hands. Help one person. A Jedi needs no permission for that. It seems, Mace says, "It seems we have been given a challenge," Mace said with no little amusement after the doors closed behind Qui-Gon. "I can't imagine how improving lives never occurred to us." Light laughter followed. "But not for everyone. We all respect Master Qui-Gon," Ki-Adi-Mundi said, "but we have heard this before from him many times." He crosses his arms. "The Jedi Order serves society, but it's not a government agency." Interesting. Yoda looks up from his contemplation. Jesus. Not of the Jedi, not of the Order does Qui-Gon speak. Okay, here we go. Some Yoda-isms. Not of the Order does Qui-Gon speak. Not of the Order does Qui-Gon speak. He means individual Jedi. Ki-Adi-Mundi nods differentially, sure. It is true. Stories of the Jedi who are isolated from the Order have always fascinated him, and his master too, if I recall. His master being Dooku. They show what good could be done without our cares of state. But members of the Jedi Council are capable of considering the galactic and the local. Indeed, it is our job. Cersei? Who's that? Shrugged. This is classic Qui-Gon, nothing new. So Qui-Gon has always been questioning the Order and questioning the Jedi's status at this time. I disagree, Mace said, pausing a moment as he's mused. This is different. We are different. So Mace is actually acknowledging that there's a difference here in the Jedi Council and that the Jedi have changed. The others stare at him in surprise. Depa, again confirming that was Depa Delapa, looked at him searchingly. Go on, Master. Mace Windu looked around. You all know I protect the traditions of the Order. There is wisdom in them, and yet even I can see it. We rarely act as individuals. Our responsibilities mount, but his body remains the same size. Members of the Council are bound to Coruscant more than ever before. As we see in the High Republic books, if you guys read any of them, the Jedi are all across the galaxy. Even the members of the Jedi Council are traveling across the galaxy. But what Mace is mentioning here is they're all tied to Coruscant, and none of them really leave the planet. He gestures to the holographic figures. Just 3 of us are away, and only Master Balapa is undertaking investigative work. So the Council has really just become a governmental body. It's not really doing anything that the Jedi should be doing. And I have spent 3 hours in hiding attending this meeting, Depo says. And forgive me, but only now, near the end, have we come to a very productive part. A part that was never on the agenda, Yaddle says. Does Yaddle speak backwards? No, Yaddle doesn't speak backwards. She looked to the center of the room. Qui-Gon sees our condition clearly, but I am not sure what to prescribe. Interesting. Prescribing a condition. Adi Galia. Oh, is that the girl on the right? Yeah, I think so. Raised her datapad and spoke with hesitation. I'm reluctant to bring matters back to business, but the Chancellor's office provides us this year's final list of suggestions regarding Jedi assets. So they're still working in line with the government. Pillay snorted. Is that the small dude? I forget who that guy is. Final as a politician's promise. Obviously, they don't want to be politicians. Mace waves his hands. All the members had a good understanding of the nature of the Senate and a healthy skepticism. He quite agreed with Play. Is it Play or Pele? Yes, it is a small dude. Okay, cool. But calling attention to that severed no promise at the moment. Continue, Master Galia. We covered the locations where the Senate expected growth, Adi said. Where it's requested for Jedi's aid are likely to expand. As usual, when that happens, we compile a list of outposts that Jedi are no longer frequenting, either for research or for other activity, to balance the need. So right now there's no war going on, obviously, so there's no Jedi at war right now. This isn't the Clone Wars where Jedi are needed at all outposts at all times. This is just pirates and other nonsensical beings that cause issues around the galaxy. They're the peacekeepers. They're not soldiers yet. Our study has been completed. Oh, wait, did I just skip a line? No, I'm right. Our studies have been completed, Mace said. Just now, she read as information scrolled across her datapad screen. Janice Lesser sure. Uriel Poof, what's up? Says, does anyone live in those places? She paused, her eyes opened. What is it? Mace says. Quen? Sure, whatever. Stunned silence. Opa was the first to break the silence with a half-whispered no. So Quen is a Jedi outpost. He was shocked, and his shock was shared by the council members, young and old. That one's been open for nearly 200 years. So this happened in the High Republic era, obviously, 200 years before the Phantom Menace. Exactly. Almost exactly 200 years. This would have been the bicentennial of its founding. Present, several of us were. Oh, Yoda speaking backwards again. A symbol at the edge of Hutt space. So this is at the edge of Hutt space. So the Hutts in the underworld are still around at this time. Plo Koon nodded. A grand gesture. It shows us. A grand gesture. It showed there was no place we would not go. Hang on, what happened at this place? Interesting. And it crowned. Does anybody know? Does it tell us in the High Republic? Has anybody read? Does it tell us what happens at this outpost? Anybody? Jeez, this is a long excerpt. Holy crap. Wait, what? All right, we're not reading this. It's like 10 pages. Oh, wait. What is this map? This is a map of the outpost, I guess. All right, we'll get down to here. Star Wars Living Force arrives on April 9th. Okay, both in regular and exclusive pre-order now. Okay, I'm not going to read that whole entire article. If you want to, it's on StarWars.com. I didn't realize it was so long. I thought it was just going to be like a small excerpt. But what's interesting about it is the whole gist of the novel is Qui-Gon goes and questions the Jedi Council. Yeah. And questions the Jedi Council, and the Jedi Council's like, well, maybe we're changing. And Mace Windu actually brings up the fact that they might be changing drastically, which is what leads to the fall of the Jedi Order. So that book is definitely going to be a good one. It's right before the Phantom Menace, and it shows the fall of the Jedi a lot like the Acolyte will as well, and a lot like the High Republic does too. So a lot of content is around the fall of the Jedi right now, and at least in novel form and in Acolyte and in High Republic, which is also novel form. So it'll be interesting to see what comes about that, but I know a lot of you guys, at least Anthony, I think, was looking forward to that book a lot, and that comes out on April 9th. Okay, let's shift gears because we just hit the 2-hour mark. I don't know how time flies this quickly on these streams, but let's shift gears back to the Bad Batch Season 3. Let's get to Episode 4. A Different Approach is what the name of it is. What are your final predictions? Before we get into this 4th episode, what are your final predictions for this 4th episode? Will we see Cad Bane? Will we see Fennec Shand? Will we see Asajj Ventress, or will they keep that towards the return episode? And what do we think is going to happen in this episode? What does a different approach mean? And what is your boldest prediction for this final episode? Yeah. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Has anybody read that? I haven't read it, but I've, again, seen the movie. Narnia. Actually, I might have read that when I was a kid, but I forget. Yeah. Deba Balapa, yes, that was the middle. Yeah. Anthony says, Mike, I'm dying to read that, but we'll be reading the last book of Phase 2 of the High Republic, Path of Vengeance, Vengeance, before I can. Haven't seen this place yet. Okay, maybe it's in Phase 3 then. I don't know. The movie is actually very accurate to the book. Is it really? I thought it wasn't, actually, from what I heard. All right, throw in your last-minute predictions for The Bad Batch. If you guys want, we could do call-ins. I don't know, because we're kind of running out of time here. We've gone for 2 hours over. Let me see if I can find this. Interesting. Okay, let's see. I think we're going to see Emery become less of an NPC. Do you think we'll get to see some more Mount Tantus today? I think it's going to be more focused on the Bad Batch. I think it's going to be more about the reunion of Crosshair, Omega, Wrecker, Hunter, all of them. And maybe even some Rex thrown in there as well. I just don't really see... I mean, obviously, we could see some scenes with Dr. Hemlock and him, like, sending off bounty hunters for Omega. Maybe. But I don't really see it being focused too much on Emery and what's going on Mount Tantus. I think this is going to be more focused on the Bad Batch themselves. Maybe we get to see, like, that trailer that we watched at the beginning of the stream. of them on that place. Damn, I just clicked on the Twitter and it says Netflix is expected to raise their prices again this year. Wow. That's terrible. But yes. Okay. Star Wars Politics, what's up? Says Dr. Hemlock will hire bounty hunters at end of episode, probably Cad Bane. So you think that will happen at the end of the episode and that will kind of be like the different approach? Well, then what's the first approach? That's the different approach. What's the first one? Ellie says, what if Emery hires Fennec Shand to protect Omega? Ooh, Emery's the one who hires her. Maybe Emery has like a conversation with Nala Se and is like, Omega's in trouble. And since Emery is free, then she could be the one that, ooh, Nala Se's the one who kind of turns Emery to the light side. That would be kind of cool. That could be something that could happen tonight for sure. Fearless says, we're going to see Omega and Crosshair crash land. Yes, that's most likely going to happen. Probably contact Hunter beforehand. Before they rescue them with their big reunion that begins. What if they try to contact Hunter and Hunter's on their way and they run into some bounty hunters? What if the bounty hunters take Omega back, but Crosshair is the one who gets saved as well? What if, hang on, we might be onto something here. What if they crash land on this planet, wherever it is, and then the bounty hunters come to get Omega, and they get Omega, but not Crosshair. Crosshair escapes, and that's why we see Crosshair with Hunter, we see Crosshair with Wrecker in these trailers, but we don't see Omega with them. Let me pull back up this trailer from before, from the start of the stream. Holy shit, that's loud. That just absolutely... Did you guys see me jump? Did I just jump? Somebody rewind that. I jumped a mile right there. That scared the shit out of me. Holy crap. My heart is pounding. Okay. That was loud. It might have been way louder in my headphones because that scared the shit out of me. Okay. Let's watch this trailer again. And notice how Omega, although Crosshair's with the Bad Batch, Omega's not. Let's watch this. Crosshair and Hunter are right there together in the first scene.
Why is there always a huge monster?
Omega, you are in danger.
So this scene was already seen, so she's not back there now, but...
There has to be a way out of here.
Omega's been waiting for us a long time. We're not giving up.
I need to know what I am. I am.
All in due time.
So throughout both trailers, this one and the original trailer, we see Crosshair with the Bad Batch members, but we don't see Omega. And even in this trailer, we don't see Omega with the Bad Batch, and we do see Crosshair. But what's interesting here...
I need to know.
So this is Pabu, like we saw earlier. So this is just like a different perspective of what the scene we talked about in the original trailer with the clone forces on the top of Pabu with that tree. But...
Know what I am.
Omega might be talking to Crosshair here when she says, I need to know what I am. And when the Empire comes to get her back, she might actually willingly go back to find out what she is and what her purpose kind of is in all this. Kind of a Rey type character. Omega kind of has very similarities to Rey, if you think about it. But Crosshair might not be able to stop her. And Crosshair, like Tiffany just said, Crosshair does know where Mount Tantus is. He could probably lead them to Mount Tantus. Maybe somehow. Help them out at least. But Omega might go back willingly. Imagine. Might be onto something there. Ellie says, what if we see Rex tonight? I think we will see Rex tonight. I think we will. Rex and Echo, hopefully. But this might be Crosshair and Omega crash land. The Empire comes in and scoops up Omega, but Crosshair goes on. And Crosshair reunites with the Bad Batch members, and then they have to go get Omega back again. So Omega's safety from the Empire might not be long-lived. That would be crazy. That's my crazy prediction for tonight. I think that's a pretty good one to latch onto there. That's a pretty good theory right there. What if Emery hires... Oh, I just read that. Fearless says... Yeah, that's the reason that they crash landed. Yeah, they crash landed because they escaped. I agree. We're going to see that for sure. Ellie says, hopefully we get to see Omega and Crosshair's bond grow some more. Yeah, I think we could definitely see that. But it might end up with Omega going back to the Empire. Imagine she gets wounded in the crash and dies. Well, that would be anticlimactic. Imagine Omega just dies in the crash. That would be something. That would be something. Alex says, what's up, Alex? There was Inquisitors at 19/18 BBY. Yeah, that's kind of when they rolled out. When you look it up actually online, we did this before. That's when they kind of rolled out. So we could see Inquisitors in this Bad Batch Season 3 for sure. Yes, indeed, Alex. Indeed, we could. Indeed. I don't know. I don't know if we'll see Inquisitors tonight. I seriously doubt it. But maybe in this third season we could. I mean, we're talking about a lot of different people here. We're talking about Asajj Ventress, who's confirmed because she's in the trailer. We're talking about Boba Fett. We're talking about Darth Vader. We're talking about Inquisitors. All of them. It's going to be quite a third season here. Now, maybe not all of that stuff happens, but a lot of it is likely to happen. That's pretty crazy. All right, throw in any of your last crazy bold predictions. So we're going to get on out of here quickly here. I'm going to end that poll. Do you guys think that we will see Inquisitors in the Bad Batch Season 3? 56% of you say yes. The math is not mathing, but 43% say no, which is interesting. So we'll see. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But 56% of you do say yes, and 44% say no. Interesting. We'll see if that changes throughout the course of this season. Anthony says, imagine if, at the request of Nala Se, Emery secretly hires Fennec Shand to locate and protect Omega. Well, that's kind of what Ellie said. You just phrased it differently. But yeah, I think that's definitely possible. I mean, Nala Se is locked up on Mount Tantus, so she can't do that personally, but she will have contact with Emery because Emery has been working alongside of her for so long. Yeah. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. All right. I am going to get on out of here. We've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I don't know how the time flies so quickly. I literally don't understand it. But I appreciate you guys all for being here, and stay tuned for that watch party at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, a breakdown video tomorrow, probably around 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch out for that as well. Yeah, appreciate all you guys. A huge thank you to all of you for hitting that subscribe, because we just did hit 9,000. It was amazing. I appreciate it more than you guys will ever know. And we are on our road to 10K. 10K is insane. 5 freaking digits would be wild. So I cannot appreciate you guys more. Hit that subscribe if you have not yet. Hit that like button if you have not yet on this video. And hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and my pretty face will show in the recommended feed of yours. And may the force be with you. Always. Oh yeah. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate all of you guys more than you'll ever know. Tiffany says, one day I will join a watch party. It's hard being a parent and watching at 3 a.m. It's okay, Tiffany. Hopefully one day they'll change the frickin' times. Back to 9 p.m. like the Ahsoka show was. It's so good. But I guess not. For now, we wake up at 3 a.m. And I appreciate all of you who do it with me. But for those of you who don't, I completely understand. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your lives, and good night, everybody.